And there's the clock. There it is. Okay. First YouTube live. We've done this before on Facebook, but hey everyone, YouTube, what is going on? Eric from Ride Adventures. Temperature just dropped 10 degrees, it felt like, as the clouds are coming in from the Pacific just before we finish packing up and going south for the winter. Introduce the crew that's going south. Christine Dern, going to be driving the van. Plenty of experience with these types of things before.
Like this, right?
Mountain bike racing and soon enough motorcycles, hopefully too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And Tyler Miller, going to be, basically what we're doing is kind of rewriting and researching the Pacific Coast Highway Plus tour that we announced recently. And Tyler's got a group of a handful of customers, and Garrett going down with the whole camera setup. Garrett will be flying the drone and doing all that stuff. Banks is staying behind. He's not. That's our mascot, shop foreman, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we've basically just been packing up for an intense few days. I tell you, every time one of these trips gets put together, it is amazing how much time goes into reorganizing, offloading, unloading things you do need and don't need, and making sure you're set for life on the road for a while. So customers just left, actually. Some of them went ahead of us today because the weather forecast is looking real rough. We're going to have snow probably here in the morning. So some of the guys just left today already, but Tyler, you and Garrett
and Christine heading out in the morning.
Heading out in the morning we might even have to load up the bike. So a couple of bikes are loaded. We might have to load more into the truck and stuff like that, because when snow and ice comes on the mountain passes here in Oregon, that's just the way it is. You got to get over the mountains one way or another. Anyway, these guys will all meet up with the customers that are already over there in the valley sometime tomorrow, and then head down PCH Plus, Pacific Coast Highway.
Get her done.
Yeah, the Pacific Coast Highway itself, obviously a big highlight reel for anybody that's ever done it. But the way we're doing it with the Plus, as Tyler gave it the name, is to get off the paved Pacific Coast Highway too, and in the spirit of what Ride Adventures does, do some of the dirt riding as well. There's some great dirt routes up and down Oregon and the California coast, and so we'll go inland a little bit too, instead of just riding the pavement the whole time. But yeah, they'll be out for about 12 days total, sort of doing an elongated version of the trip package you'll see on the website. So the idea is we're reconfirming it right now, and then there's a May, I think, tour date listed.
Yeah.
For the PCH.
I can't remember the exact date, but it's in May.
Yeah, in May. So the bikes go down south, Southern California, Arizona, Baja, Mexico for the winter, and then in May, this route, the PCH Plus. People want to join a guided tour. The van, the support vehicle, guides, everybody will be there if you want to come north with the bikes after the winter months. After the PCH Plus tour, you've got the California Backcountry Discovery route. Again, Tyler's going to be riding that with Garrett and a couple customers. We still do have a couple of bikes available if anybody wants to join November 20th, I think.
Yes, 20 through 29th.
20 to 29th, so short notice if you want to join. But we still do have a couple of Africa Twins, and at least one of the 790 Adventures I think is still available. If anybody wants to join up for that, again, we'll have the support truck out there. Gas in case you run out, all the tools, all the spare tires. We're running the Moto Z Tractionator GPSs now. That's been a pretty great tire so far. It's keeping its shape real nicely compared to some others that we've been using over the years. Nice to try a new set of adventure bike tires, but yeah, we are pretty well stocked in this van. That's not totally full in the back. We're still with some space for bikes if we need to, but we got at least one mountain bike in there for between ride days and stuff like that. And after the Cabder on November 20th, then Garrett. So we're still, if anybody's been following the business, we've been in operation for over 10 years, but here this North American rental fleet has only been going since last year. So we're still developing and creating routes to ride for you all to come out and do. So Garrett and Tyler will go and do some scouting in southern Utah, northern Arizona.
Yeah.
Nothing real firm set yet and chiseled out, I don't think, but
Pretty rough route chiseled out, but definitely a lot of exploring to do, and we'll get it dialed.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
also have been doing a lot of work here in Oregon for the Redwoods Coast and Cascades for next year.
Yeah, we've had the Best Week in Oregon tour route up on the website for a while, but like Tyler just said, Coast and the Cascades is a whole nother part of Oregon that we want people to see a bit more of. So Tyler's been out riding and re-riding some of that stuff, getting GPS files set and road books built. So again, if folks want to join these tour dates when we have the specific groups going, that's one thing. But if you actually want to do this self-guided on your own, again, we have the motorcycles available and the GPS tracks, and we do the hotel packages for you, and you just show up with your riding gear and spirit for adventure, and you head off on your own self-guided tour. So you've got Utah and Arizona, and then so that pretty much gets you through December. And then after December, we've got our first Baja trip of the season, which I believe starts January 3rd.
Yep.
January 3rd, starting in San Diego and heading down through Baja, the Sea of Cortez, back and forth to the Pacific coast. Fresh seafood tacos, beer, tequila, great Baja riding. Typically warm temperatures in the middle of winter for the Northern Hemisphere, but we can get some cold and freezing there up in the northern Baja Mountains too. That's with altitude, that gets pretty cold as well. We saw snow and ice up there north of Ojos Negros last year. But yeah, still bikes, Africa Twins and 790 Adventures, and possibly a Tenere 700 available for those trips if you want. So I'm trying to read without my glasses on. Something just popped up on the screen. Didn't get it. Gotta start wearing my reading glasses for these things. But post questions if you have them. This is our first run with YouTube Live. Done the Facebook thing before, but I hope it's not as blurry as it's coming across on my screen. Again, no glasses. But yeah, reach out. All the information about these trips and the inclusions and the pricing and all that is on the website. We'll be doing Baja through January and February, possibly a little bit into March. And then after Baja, again, we start moving back up into the States for the warming springtime and back up here to Oregon and the Pacific Northwest. So my right shoulder is, believe it or not, getting kind of sore from holding this camera. I'm going to sign out, folks, but hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. We'll see you out there. All right. I don't know how to turn this off. There it is. Did I just sort of ramble, or did I give it?
Great.
It was okay.
Yeah,
I
that was awesome.
I kept trying to get
Yeah.
you guys a chance to say something. Well, you did.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you get
yeah.
it? No.
I,
A little camera shot.
and is it?
Does it upload? I
Oh, it
feel
might still be on, actually. Hi, everyone.
Everybody still watching?
I hit cancel. Oh, wait.
Let's cancel that.
Oh, wait,
Stop
all right,
streaming.
now we're going off. So you heard
First
everything.
time.
You're seeing me questioning, did I just sort of ramble for 8.5 minutes, or did anybody else? Did you get to say anything, buddy? You want to say you're still alive there? Yeah. He's ready for dinner, so. All right, now I know how to turn it off.
All right.
See y'all soon.
See you soon.